Any conversation currently taking place about Donald Trump's legal liability is quickly being swept away by a very different kind of conversation about election strategy should states be allowed to remove Donald Trump from ballot. As the plain meaning of 14th Amendment suggests, is it designed to do? Or will this push his supporters to commit further acts of vigilante justice in response to their disenfranchisement? Should we govern our democracy based on such potential threats? And in a more abstract way, should judges who presided over countless Trump trials, which former president used to incite stochastic terror and demean judicial system, allow him to speak freely? Or should they make every effort to limit his use of courtrooms as campaign stops and hate rallies? Should prosecutors in these cases make every effort to have these cases done and dusted before the presidential election? Or is there something unseemly in the rush to provide accountability timed to some foreign political event? Should the judicial system move at its own pace or find a way to move faster, accepting that in glacier legal bodies it can do things that other branches of government choose not to do? Your time? The greatest minds, both legal and political fields, are now engaged almost daily investigation questions that pose the question of law and rule law not as ends themselves but as tactics. Often Hail Mary, last ditch, desperate tactics. At times calling for desperate measures, a presidential contest, we are in an existential struggle to save democracy from the most profound threat it has faced since at least the Civil War. And Americans, all too familiar with opening statements, jury selection, civil, and conspiracy law, have somehow convinced themselves that the justice system can be deployed, or weaponized, as the insurgents put it, in some way alone. A bright being who can protect democracy as we know it. The asymmetry here, of course, that the American legal system is not tactic, a strategy, or party trick, but of course any case built on tactical decisions. The American legal system, indeed any legal system, is a search for truth, reality, outcome, and solution. When studying legal systems, excavations are made largely retrospectively about what happened and why. Its purpose is use the mechanisms of the legal process as tactics for a greater purpose. To make himself richer, more famous, or defeat his rivals. And we all know that if is elected president 10 months, she will use the law to impeach Joe Biden, stay in office indefinitely, strip non-Americans of their rights, and do almost anything once to stay power. For Trump, law is not the end game. It's just staircase that takes him to a better place. Here's problem when we engage tactical intramural debates about how best to apply the American legal system to stop Trump. We are, in a sense, engaging a mirror of same Trumpist project. We say we want accountability, findings of fact, conclusions of law, injunctions,